Fellow film fans, what up? It's your boy Tay, and this is TayTalksTerror. We're getting closer and closer to Halloween, so I'm going to talk about the greatest slasher films of all time. A lot of debate on what is the greatest slasher film of all time, but I end those debates right here, right now, in this video. Let's go. First, I want to start with some honorable mentions. Gotta talk about Child's Play. Chucky, one of the coolest characters in all of slasher film history. Gotta mention Child's Play. Black Christmas. Gotta talk about Black Christmas. The same guy that brought us A Christmas Story brings us Black Christmas. Disturbing. And then, of course, have to talk about Jason Voorhees, Friday the 13th. Have to mention Friday the 13th and Jason Voorhees when we're talking about the greatest slasher films of all time. And now, starting with 5, we have 1974's Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Leatherface is disturbing. That film is believable. You can see dirt under their fingernails. It is a grungy film. It's a believable film, and it just leaves you feeling nasty. And that's why you got to put that as the 5th greatest slasher film of all time. Next, number 4 on this list, 1996's Scream. Wes Craven's Scream. Have to mention Scream when talking about the best slasher films. That character is iconic, and Wes Craven is just a horror expert, a master of horror, a master of slasher, as we will find out shortly. Next, number 3, taking it way, way back, Alfred Hitchcock, the master himself, the Godfather himself, the OG, Psycho, 1960s Psycho. Norman Bates, Bates Motel, iconic. The scene in the shower, pure horror iconography. That shower scene in that film is as synonymous with slasher horror as any other scene in any other film. And that's why you have to put Psycho as a top 3 slasher film of all time. I mean, for God's sake, it started the genre, basically. You have to credit Psycho, Alfred Hitchcock, with being the creator of the slasher genre, essentially. And that's why you gotta celebrate Psycho as a top 3 greatest slasher film of all time. Next, number 2, a film that helped define an entire decade, 1984's Nightmare on Elm Street. Wes Craven, again. We already talked about him with Scream. Now we have to talk about him with his masterpiece, his Mona Lisa. It is Nightmare on Elm Street. Robert Englund as Freddy Krueger, the infamous Freddy Krueger, the guy that appears in your dreams. What a horrible concept. Someone that can infiltrate your dreams and kill you there, can kill you in the real world. Anywhere you go, you're not safe. Freddy Krueger is the boogeyman, essentially, incarnate, and that's why you got to celebrate him as one of the greatest slasher characters of all time, and that's why Nightmare on Elm Street, Wes Craven's Nightmare on Elm Street, is the number 2 greatest slasher film of all time. And now, the number 1 greatest slasher film of all time is 1978's Halloween. John Carpenter, the masterpiece, the greatest slasher film of all time. It's a work of art. First of all, it's named Halloween. Therefore, you have to assume it is an amazing Halloween film, which it is. The theme song alone can encapsulate everything horrible. It is the song that is identified most closely with this season, this time of the year. That chilling song is basically Halloween in the form of a 3-minute song. So you gotta talk about that song when talking about Halloween. Halloween is everything Friday the 13th wishes it was. Friday the 13th is a fine film, but Halloween is the number 1 film when it comes to a guy with no face, a guy with no voice, just a giant monster who loves killing, has no real incentive, no real reason, just loves killing. And that's why Halloween is the number 1 slasher film of all time. Gotta love Mike Myers. No, not that Mike Myers. That Mike Myers. Yes, Michael Myers, the slasher king. And that's all I got for you guys today. Stay tuned for more spooky content leading all the way up to Halloween. Stay tuned for more content in general. Like, subscribe, comment, share. I appreciate anything you guys do. And I will see you soon. Tay out.